Okay, guys. So today we are talking about understanding AI implementation, how it is implemented. Little technical today, and live demo. Definitely, we are going to have a demo of how it works, implementation, and we can discuss about some tools also, and what we as a trainer should be doing also, and how it is going to help the industry. AI and the fears, definitely. The fears are still there. And there's one more fear which I'll come to very soon. Okay. So first of all, we have to understand what is programming and what is a programming language. The programming actually is a set of instructions which you give to perform a particular task, like we did for lemon exercise. We actually created few scenes and then we did what we wanted to do. Similarly, if I want a system to perform a task for me, let's say computation, or I just want to display a graph or something, I need to program that because someone has done the programming. I'm just plotting, that is a different thing, but someone has done it for me. Okay. So we do programming actually every day. Whatever we do is a program. Suppose we have to go to the university or a school or a college. What we do, we get up, we get ready, then we go to the office, university, whatever you're going to. Okay. So these are set of instructions you're giving to your mind to perform a task of going to your office or whatever, maybe school, right? And that is what a programmer is doing. And for that, they would be using some languages which a computer can understand. So there are different languages actually, and for AI we use different set of languages. So as I said, it is a set of instructions for a language to perform a required task, and we have set of different type of programming languages, like procedural languages are there, object-oriented languages are there, then scripting languages are there. There are many type of languages, but we are more focusing on AI. So I'll be talking about object-oriented programming, although without object-oriented also we can do coding. So I'm not going into the very fine details, but we have to understand few concepts so that we understand how to use the tools. Without understanding the concepts, without understanding the limitations, without knowing what it can do, the tool can do for you, you will not be able to use it properly, right? And I'll show you how we are using it also. So basically what object-oriented programming does is it simulates real world in a software. So everything which is designed with the idea of making systems very close to human. Okay, so the idea is to get the things very close to the human being so that they can actually use the system as a human being, like we have humanoids these days. Okay, so what we think is that it is pre-programmed, it is given certain instructions, it is going to respond to the instructions, but it is not so. Actually, it is not so. uh, okay. Oh, we'll see how it works now. This universe, since we have to make things closer to the human being, we have to understand how we are, how the nature is, how the universe is. This universe is classified. As you can see, this cat family, we have a classification here also. We have the wild and the domestic, and then we have the tiger, lion, jaguar, leopard, panther, and the house cats are there. Okay, these days actually I've not classified which comes into which. These days, people are actually keeping tigers and jaguar and leopards also as their pets. So people, they're crazy. And panthers, they're taking panthers also, right? So anyway, pythons also. So pet can be anything, but wild is a wild. Like wild elephant, wild tigers, they're different from the domestic, little bit different rather, not different, little bit different. But anyway, the universe is classified. So what is the basic thing we have to keep in mind while doing AI programming or AI implementation also, or AI even tool if I'm using that, the thing has to be classified first of all, right? So let me have another one example. This is a furniture. We have a home furniture and office furniture. Bed is there. Obviously bed will not be in office as long as you don't want to make have a recliner or something like a table for a couch, rather for a doctor's couch and all. The bed normally won't be there, but sofa can be there in the home also and office also. Table can be there in the home also, office also. So basically they're classified, but office tables are different, home tables are different. The sofa at my home may be different from what is there in the office. Similarly, we have the uh, chairs also. They would be different. So we know what is what, right? Because of one thing, that is the features it has. From the features, and that is the core of AI or any programming language, we need features, right? Like who attended day one, they know the lemon example where we extracted the juice. That was the feature we were using, and it was telling us, okay, fine, has a tangy taste, right? So chair, sofa, whatever we are using, they classified according to the features. Now let us further understand the need of classification. We can understand actually by looking at the things. Okay, this is classified, I know this chair belongs to office. Now let me give you some interesting example of a library. Let us go to a library. Okay, so when we go to a library, what we need to enter a library, if you are a member, you need an admit card, right? And if you want let's say you want to get some book issued, you again need a admit card, so entry card or library card, whatever it can be, or maybe the university card or the college card, whatever is the basic thing, but you need a card to enter or to get the books from the library, right? Now this library is classified into different sections, and those who are very keen on reading, like Professor Mani said, he has been carrying a lot of books with him, and I don't know how many books he has read, but he has read a lot. And even I have read, but that is only related with my computers. So I have read around 3,500 books, but that is all related with computers. Okay, but otherwise also I have read some novels. Anyway, so when we go into a library, we find it very finely classified into sections, right? Now suppose what happens, I take out a book, and let's say it is object oriented programming book, and I keep it in Hindi section, right? There are different sections, there are different sections for every subject, right? Now what happens in, if I want to search the book, or if someone else, I know that where I have kept, that's okay. But if someone else comes and tries to find the book, the person will not be able to find the book. The reason is because it is not kept where it was to be. So this is the need of your classification. And that is why sometimes we don't get exact results as we want. And I'll show you through one of the implementations I have already run, actually, because otherwise it takes time. I'll show you also what happens when the data is not right. And data is what is important. It's very, very important. Okay. So books are classified. And let's say that your library is a class. And the books are the entities. We call them entities. Anything which is inside a class is called an entity. These are some technical words. That's okay. Okay, but very simple, plain English. I'm trying to have plain English without using the computer jargons. Okay, now To access any entity, what I need, what I just used, a card, library card, or my admit card, or whatever the university card, whichever card university or my office or my library has given me, that card is required. So to access any entity of a class, we need what? Permission, right? And for permission, we have to use a card object. In our case, we call it object. So for every class, we create an object, and through an object, we access the entities, right? But that is for say more or less for the reusability and more because of the uh, security purpose. Okay, security is something which is very important, and I'll be talking about something which came up recently, which is skipped my mind, but it just came back to me, and I'll tell you about that also, and that is one of the fear of AI also. Okay, so object oriented actually it has four pillars, and it is very interesting to understand. I'll again since it has to be related with humans, I'll be relating everything with human being, right? So there are four pillars of object oriented programming. One is abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. And you'll see that everything falls into this. How human fall into this abstraction. Abstraction is actually, if you have a class like a library or a human being, I'll just take the body. Body as a class. My body is a class, right? The objects are there, inside organs are there, working fine. Now, abstraction, you can't actually see what is happening inside your body. Can you see? You can't. You can't see what is happening inside your body for a very simple reason, because it is not required for you to know, and it has been abstracted from you, right? Hidden from you. So something which is hidden from you, you cannot actually see. And why it is hidden? For a very simple reason. If my body was transparent, I can see how the blood is flowing, how everything is working, and sometimes if the blood flow, I feel that it is not okay, my blood pressure goes here and there, I'll try to repair it like a plumber, right? And then what will happen? I'll just burst myself up and mess up with everything. My organs will fall down, come out, and then I will not be able to repair them, right? So this thing has been abstracted from us and not required to be seen, right? Okay. Now, and one more interesting example I always give to my students also, that if so you tell someone that my heart is beating for you, you can't actually have a false claim because it is already beating. The person will say, see, don't try to fool me, it is already beating. So my heart beats for you. The heart beats actually every time, right? Fast or slow, depends, right? Anyway, encapsulation, again, a part of hiding something. When you hide a small part, a small area, that is called encapsulation. Like, again, human being, let's talk of human being only. When you are going out, let's say if it is hot, what you do? You wear a hat or an umbrella. That is protecting a local area. So when you're protecting a local area, it is called encapsulation. In programming terms, I'll not be talking right now. We'll be talking in detail in the certification courses, right? Now, inheritance. Inheritance, we are all example of inheritance. We inherit properties from our father, forefather, and so on. DNA, we carry on the DNA and all. So inheritance, similarly, if a class inherits some properties from the other class, we call it inheritance in programming terms. And I am a class, my father, my forefather class, and I inherit some DNA. My parents, basically, not only father, my mother also. So we inherit properties from our parents, and they inherit from their parents, and the structure goes on, right? So we keep on passing on. So inheritance is there. Polymorphism. We're all example of polymorphism, and we do it every day. Poly, actually, it's a Greek word. Polymorphism, poly and phism, actually, morphism. The two words. Uh, Poly means more than one, and phism is activities. More than one activity at the same time. That is called polymorphism. We are all good at it. We are all good at it. We talk with someone, we look at the mobile, we are checking the messages also, and we are at the same time talking also.
Yeah, basically
Right?
multitasking.
Yes, we are all good at it. You can see a lot of
I'm
people
not.
walking on the road, and I wonder how they walk on the road and they use the mobile and then message also. That is actually a talent which some people have. Uh, I feel very interesting in that way, that how it happens, but people can do. So multitasking definitely is there. And to come to programming, let me give you a simple example of programming. When you play games, you find that a lot of things are happening, but you feel that as if everything is at one go, but it is not so. There is actually a delay of nanoseconds which you don't feel, and there is something called threading which is performed at the back end. And this is how polymorphism, you can say more than one activity at the same time is managed by the programs. Okay, so that is something very technical. We'll be talking again about this later, right? Okay, I have him muted now for the timing. Okay, so so four pillars we have: abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. And this is how your AI language is built, right? And why we want to build it like this, so that we can actually protect few things, we can abstract few things which is not required for the users to see. Like we have the cars running around, and how the engine is working. I'm least bothered. I'm not bothered about the accelerator. And since these days we have automatic vehicles, so I don't even have to bother about having the clutch. We don't have a clutch there. We just have a brake and an accelerator. And that is, again, we have to train the brain to tell that there is no clutch. Otherwise, your foot will definitely go up. Right? Anyway, so these are the four pillars. And let's see some implementation. And I'll show you the implementation and the reason why I was saying that there could be some issues with the data. So what results I'm expecting may not be there. Okay. So let me share this, or I'll share the entire screen. It will be easier that way, so that you can see when I switch. Okay. Okay. Yeah, sharing. Just a minute. This is something I'll talk about. This is I've implemented one AI model in using Python. I'm not going into details of showing you the coding, but it is just loading. Okay. So this is some data I have. I've written a few lines of codes to get the data and then perform few tasks to get some results. There you can see that just 5 rows are there, so data will be there. Then we have the polarity, pole classification. We are just doing that. Subject, we are finding the subjectivity and classification. This is actually, we are trying to find out the authenticity of the post which is done on a Twitter. So I have a Twitter data which I have collected on the fly. That is, when we say on the fly, that means live data collection using the hashtags. So using the hashtag, I've collected that. And after that, I've done some coding and done some classifications. What I want to show you is something else. Let me come down, and this is all coding. And I have a habit of putting the text so that people can actually understand. This is how actually my neural network works. This is AI. This is how AI works. So I just put in that layers are there, and I'll tell you how human and AI are related. There's the function. What I'm telling you is this result will be optimized result. But if the data is not correct, see, this is very close. What I'm doing is, when I trained and tested my data, the training and validation, because the training set is going down, but the validation is not that good, right? Now, so we have to actually test various algorithms before we actually arrive at at one place which is good. So this is again very bad. You can see. Uh, Again, I'm changing that and I'm trying to have more bad results actually. I have again done in such a way that the results are not good. Validation is not good. Training is still good. Validation is not good. And I'll tell you what is validation and what is training. But then finally, we got the better results. And I use a different classifier and did that. And see, you can see that training and validation are very close now, right? Accuracy, model accuracy is fine. Training, validation is straight lines you have received, and the validation also is a straight line. So now I have got the results, desired results. Now what happens here actually, and how it is related with the brain, I'll tell you. Now when I see something, a neuron actually takes the information, processes it, and gives me the output. Okay, fine. Suppose I'm looking at an object. It tells me, okay, this is my specs. This is a bottle, or this is a charger. So it gives me that, and this is how it works. Neurons, and this is what I was showing you in the layers. What we do, we put different layers of data, and we pass on actually learning sets are there. Are certain algorithms are there in different layers. Let's say if I have 5 layers, in all the 5 layers I have some activation function, that is some algorithm working on the data, and accordingly it will pass on, it will learn, pass on. It is like one at one level, it learns, it passes the information what it has learned to the next layer. There it filters again, algorithm is working, and it finds, okay, this is more relevant data. Then it passes to the next layer, and then it processes it, and finally we get some results which are good. Now the thing is, you must be thinking that more layers the better results would be there. It is not so. The more layers, actually, when we put more layers, what happens, that we will more losses, and once we have more losses, we'll have lot of problem in maintaining the data. So data will not be good, right? So it will not be good, it will not be acceptable. And as you have seen, that is what I tried to show you in this also, that validation and training set and validation set don't work. So we actually see, look at this, bad, right? Now we use AI tools easily without even thinking what is going behind that. This is what goes behind this when we develop something, right? It requires lot of efforts, lot of training of the data, a lot of data collection is required. So it is not done like just like AI tools will give you something and you think that, okay, this is fine. These are pre-trained models you have, right? You have some pre-trained models, and that is why it is able to actually show you the results quickly, right? What you are doing is only you are giving the input, right? You're just giving the input and you're not actually doing anything else. Okay. Now, this is another example I did that was during COVID-19. I got this is speech to text conversion, that is text to speech conversion, and speech to text conversion is also there. Then the generated the waves, a lot of things you can do. But this is also image processing I was talking about. That is why I took this. For image, let's say if I want to identify this is a stop, I have a code to do that, and I'll find it that it is a stop. Now similarly, there is a code which is running to find the faces. We have an image here and we find the faces, right? Not that easy. There is a classifier which is running, actually a pre-trained model is of AI is running, and then I put on the fresh image and I get the output. And sometimes it may not be correct also. It may be here and there. Like this is another example, but again, I was able to get this. I had to modify a little bit the code and the image density and all. This thing I had to work on. This type. Oh, sorry, it has gone up. No, it has not gone up. This part, little bit of processing I had to do so that I could get the results and the number of colors, channels also. I had to do a few things so that I can get better results. So yeah, it was missing out one phase, but because the texture you can see that is different, right? So I had to convert this, you can see, I have to convert it into sort of grayscale. It is not even grayscale, but I have removed one layer from that. But anyway, image processing is something I've been doing for almost 30 years. So we'll be talking about that later. Otherwise, I'll get into this. Right? My favorite signal processing and image processing. These are my favorite with AI. So we'll be talking it some other day, maybe if required. Okay. Now, let me stop this presentation for now. So you can see that whenever we're designing something, we have pre-trained models of AI. And that is why we are able to do it very fast. Now, I'll show you something live, which we have developed. And Bhupesh, I think he can share his screen and he can show us the demo of what we have done. And Bhupesh, if you're comfortable, you can show that. Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Is that my
evening.
screen?
Your screen is visible. Yes, your screen is visible. And you have shared everything. Okay, that's okay. Doesn't matter. We can open directly also. That is for our company we have done. Just a small demo. Just want to show you what happens. You can log in using a Google account, or you can use login. You can create your login, and you can do that also. Just have to. This is a recommendation system, AI-based recommendation system for the students or for anyone who is looking for a job, basically. So what we do is, this is AI working at the back. And Bhupesh, can you share the VS Code? I want to show, yeah, VS Code, yeah. Training part, yeah, that's, yeah, epochs, yeah. This is the training part which is going behind on live, or is network is little slow, I think. Yeah, that's okay. It's fine, it's working. You can see that it is training. Now what happens is we upload a resume, we use NLP to extract the skills from the resume, and then using the skills, I pass it to my backend that is working on Django, and to get the AI recommendation. One is recommendation done by AI. One is what he is actually expecting, and that we will be feeding, that the person will be feeding manually. We'll be doing that and showing you that also. So it actually, it's a pre-trained model I've used, but still, when I've given the skills, it takes little time because I've given 50 epochs, that is repetitions. Now when I give 50 repetitions, it gives me better results. Otherwise I could have used 5 also. Sometimes when the data is good, we don't use many epochs, but here the limitation is we don't have many jobs. Job fields, actually the field is very limited. For AI we need huge data, and I have used here LSTM, which is actually very close to transformers. Deep learning I have used, and deep learning is not supposed to be used on a small data set, but my data set is just around the training set and testing set is around 300 feeds only. 300 records we have. Very limited because we don't have the job descriptions for more than that available. Right, so we somehow created, and one of our team member actually created the data for us, and we had to clean it up, and then we use it. But the thing I'm showing you, that it is training testing, whatever I'm doing, whatever is happening behind the scene in AI is like this. It is not fetching actually from the libraries or what we think that okay, the image must be already stored and it is just retrieving the image. It doesn't. It matches with the data, and then only we can go back to the Chrome part. Rupesh, we can go back here. The data will come. This wheel will stop. Yeah, data has come, and you can select. You can select something. Okay. Yeah, something which is matching is people put pandas also. Pandas is anyway. The skills actually, these are deceptive. Sometimes people put something which is actually not required actually at all, but they do it. Anyway, doesn't matter. Now, what we are doing here is you can cancel this. Okay. We are just having few things which are not required, so you can refresh it. Yeah, you can refresh it so that you can get the results. Yeah, now what happened is AI recommendation for this person is UI UX developer. Okay, but the person is looking for is a what was his JD?
Angular developer.
Ah, yeah. So that is what he is expecting. So what we are displaying is that this is the skill sets he has, and what skills actually he was looking for in a particular job doesn't match much also. You can see that. If the matching is just 10%, the
Only
match,
yes, 10% skills
yeah,
are matching.
that is the math skills are only 10% of what he is expecting. So he has to upgrade himself. The person has to upgrade himself and get the details. So AI works. This is what AI does for you. It actually finds. It tells you, okay, fine. Your resume tells me that you should be UI UX developer, and what you are saying is something else, right? So the person can work on the skills what the person wants and then upgrade, and then a resume can upgrade the resume, update, and get the things what the person wants to do, right? But the thing again, as I said, now this works like this. That means it works on the data. Since we have limited data set, so although I have used deep learning with this, I'm getting the results, satisfactory results, because we have checked with some very authentic records, and will be streamlining in it and working more on the data sets, and it is still in the development phase. So there are a lot more things which we'll be doing, and getting it more robust and active. So that is just a few days. We require just for a few more days, and it will be up and running. And this product will be launched very soon. And then that's okay. We don't have to go down, and that's okay, because this is skill is what he's actually telling, that I have all the skills. We'll have to test this person what he's saying, and get the real thing working, right? Anyway, so you can Bhupesh, you can close your screen. That's okay. That was required, nothing else. I just wanted to show you that how AI would be working. The data set, Bhupesh, do you have Excel CSV file?
Yes, yes, I have.
Just show that. I just want to show you, show them that recommend you wala, job wala. I want job wala file.
Yeah, that drop down, right?
Yeah, yeah, that one. I just want to show you the data, how the data is classified and how we pass on the data, just for the sake of knowledge. Okay, so we are not doing anything else. Like, just for the sake of knowledge, you should know the type of data we pass and what is a class actually.
Uh,
This CSV will not be visible now without Excel.
yes.
Open in Excel. Otherwise, it's a comma separated file. No? Yeah, now it will be visible. The data we have is little less. Current is as always the same. Comes for some time. Okay, just yeah, you can see that. 1 minute. This is the data we have. Scroll up. This is the job role we have, and the skills we have. So this is what we pass on, and role will be my main class, and skills we are passing. Okay, this seems that it matches, but this is actually passed through AI. This is some sort of data we actually pass, and there are two heads here, role and the skills. So role matches the skills. You can find it, and you can match with the skills I'm passing. That is what we extracted from the resume, and then find it out. Manually doing it is time consuming. If I want to do it manually, I'll have to take data of everyone, find the skills of that person in the PDF file or the doc file or the text file. This the beauty of this code is that it can take actually data from any format of file and find the skills, and it can just find using AI. So one by one, it's time consuming. It can be used for multiple users. Like I can put multiple PDFs, and my system can read all of them one by one, and just put that data and classify that data and give me the results required, and it can inform the people also, right? So this is what we do. In AI, we create the data set. The data set has to be very clean, and that is what we have to do. Clean. We have to since there was very less records here. Just scroll down. Let's see how many job roles we have. This is only with the IT, CSIT. Okay, down. So it's not related with other jobs. So we are not working on any other job profiles. There are around 131. 130 records are there. That is job roles we have. So limited records on which we have trained. And when we have trained and we pass on the skills, the AI system works on it, finds the data, and returns me the fields required. Okay. So this is how it works. You can close it now. I have multiple data sets. I've worked on almost all the aspects of AI. So deep learning also, cognitive also. So I have done this, but anyway, so let me get back to where I was. We will discuss it in a short while, but for now, let me, and the fear I was talking about. Now, okay, we'll be talking about the course content in a short while. Now, the fear I was talking about was that a video can be cloned. You can be cloned in a video with your voice, same voice, and even if you have not said anything, it will appear that, okay, you have spoken it. That is one of the biggest danger AI faces, isn't it? If someone fakes you, creates your video, and tells the word that, okay, the word is falling down, what will happen? It will create a lot of problems, right? Like recently, it was US President Biden who came up with this also, that he never spoke about a certain thing, and it was aired, and it was in the social media that he was speaking about some issues which actually he never spoke about. So if he can be cloned, anybody can be cloned. So that is a problem AI can face. Like I can train my system in such a way that your frequencies match, your frequency match, and I reproduce the uh, the audio using the text only. Just I put the text, and it will speak in your voice. So that is something which can be dangerous, because if we have it with the video, then it will be just different, definitely something dangerous which has to be avoided somehow. So AI can actually again come into picture here and find out how it can handle it, right? So we can have some queries and Preeti, I'll just show you something. We have a lot of tools I'll be sharing with you for the schools, and Mansar was telling that he can do things manually, also tell you how things can
Sure.
work for you. So there
Okay.
are certain tools which are available. I'll be sharing with you uh, very soon, and you can have a look at those tools and use for the school also, and easy to use. They're very easy to use. You can easily manipulate that and easily use it, and students can enjoy, and they can work on it. But more or less most of them will be paid, right? So
Okay.
it is not that they are free tools. So if you're using
Yeah.
it extensively, then definitely you will be requiring some skills to manage it. Okay, let me show you one skill.
Yeah.
One I had opened it. Let me see if I have it right now. Uh, it is there. Uh, Designer is there. Yeah, grade scope. Grade scope is there. I'll show you. Yeah, this is deliver and grade your assessments anywhere. So exams are there, homework is there, code is there. Sign up. You have to sign up here to see the demos and works for you. So it grades you. See that how it works. Some examples are there. So grade submissions and export dates and all. You can scan. You can do anything. You can do lot of things using this, and there are more tools also. So we
Okay.
have more tools which can be used for school purpose also,
So
right?
what is the name of the tool which you are showing right now?
Grade scope, grade
Grid
scope.
scope.
Yeah, grade
Okay.
scope. See, I'll share. I'll share. I'll
Sure.
share with you. I'll share it in the group also, and I'll share it with you also.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you can have that. You can have a demo done, or you can just see how it works. You can register and see how it works. But this is a very interesting tool. Mhm. Okay. Did not go there. Mhm. Okay, so we are going to have a course very soon on AI. That is a AI certification course, and the contents will be object-oriented. Their main contents will be object-oriented programming, natural language processing, and AI with ML. And the live project will be there. So anybody who wants to join can join, and you can tell others also to join if they want to. And we'll be starting on from November 14, and we'll be sharing the details. And Bhupesh, you can share the form on the in the group. You can put the form in the community, and
Yes,
anybody,
for sure.
yeah, you can put it there, and you can enjoy this also. So you get to know the details are there already. So now, any queries, any discussions required today? Tools I'll be sharing in the group. There are more tools. Actually, there are a lot of tools which are there. We have tools for defense. We have tools for agriculture, and drones. If you're talking about, we have drones also. Here is okay. Bhupesh in the group also community, because once we log out, this link will go.
Yes, group is there, sir.
Okay, you've sent it. It's fine. So what I'm saying is, drones can be used, and in agriculture also we can use. We have you heard of anybody heard of cloud farming? Anybody heard of cloud farming? Hmm. I don't see anyone. Anyway, there are a lot of things which we can discuss. Yeah, Preeti has heard. She can open her mouth. Speaker. We can open the speakers and we can discuss also. Okay.
As
So
so this certification is like from any particular
I have my own.
university or anything?
It is not from university. Definitely, it cannot be from university. It is my own certification which I give. I'm
Okay,
giving for
okay,
almost
okay,
32 years, and I
okay.
have everyone almost in every big MNCs. My students are working.
Correct,
Uh,
correct. Okay, sir.
yeah, I have
What is the
3,500 students working.
duration?
3.5 months. 3.5 months.
3.5 months. So it's going to cover the language
It will cover
that you were
everything.
talking about.
Implementation. It will cover everything. Implementation. Everything will be covered.
Okay, okay,
And
sir.
the tools also will be covering few tools because a lot of tools come up. So
Yes.
I actually one I was the person who actually started designing the tools and proposing also, but not many people were interested that time. But after COVID, I think, or during COVID, people have realized that okay, fine, we
Lot
can
of
create
change
the
has
tool.
come.
Yeah, a lot of changes have come. Yes. So things are there and tools are there, but you should know how to work on them. Design like I have designed. See, how many of you have seen Volvo car V9,
Same.
V7? See, they have a front camera, right? The security, they have a front camera. Back
Yeah.
camera is there, but front camera is also there in Volvo. Okay. Now,
Okay.
around 5 or 6 years back, there was one of my MTech student, and I designed that for her, and I went on the road to capture the video, and it was her MTech thesis, and we did that, implemented that, recognized the lanes and the vehicles using AI. So it was done long time back, but it was implemented later by Volvo as a security feature, and it is good also. And we have lot of things working where AI can help you to even mitigate accidents and even help you in operating things. It can help you in detecting diseases before it happens. That is what I was doing, working on. And I'm working on one more thing for which I'm not getting data. That is using DNA. I want to find if a person is going to have a particular disease or not in future. So from day one, you can know that okay, this person can have this kind of disease in future if it is carried through DNA. And but nobody is ready to share the data with me. I'm not getting the data. DNA data I'm not getting. So if anybody can get the data, algorithms I have, the code I have, I don't have the data to work on, right? But I have worked on heart attacks, and they work fine. Before it happens, it can tell you COVID. In the that I already told you, I have a patent also on that and a paper also on that. So that we have done using AI. Image processing is very, very interesting, right? So I've done a lot of things in the past, and in the future I'm planning to do something more. And let's have some more applications which are useful and meaningful and little free of cost. There are a lot of cost involved and people are not able to access them, and I'll try to have them as free as possible. So if we have more students coming in, they can help me doing things, because once they get into job, they get into problems. They don't get time. That is an issue. Anyway, so any discussions, any queries required?
Yes, sir. I had some basic thoughts.
Yes, sir.
Queries.
हाँ सर, एक अच्छा हुआ आपने बोला, मेरे को भी बताना था कुछ. Yeah, tell me, sir.
हाँ, so maybe दूसरों को भी थोड़ा help हो जाएगा.
Definitely.
So one is कोई 7-8 साल पहले मैंने बेंगलुरु में एक स्टार्टअप देखा था.
Mm-hmm.
मेरा एक IIM का स्टूडेंट था, उसका हेड था, और
हम्म,
वो भी एम्प्लॉय था एक्चुअली, तो
हम्म,
फाउंडर्स कोई और थे। और वो जैसे आप सीवी का कुछ बता रहे थे, तो वो एक सर्विस दे रहे थे कॉर्पोरेट को कि वो हर कॉर्पोरेट के लिए 1 लाख 2 लाख जितने भी सीवीज का डेटाबेस बना के रखेंगे, और जो भी जेडी है, जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन है, वो उसमें पंच करते थे, और उसको यूज करके वो 10-12 बेस्ट मैचिंग सीवीज एज पर द कॉम्पिटेंसीज निकाल के दे देता था।
राइट राइट।
एंड दे वर ऑफरिंग दिस एट मेंटेनिंग ₹1 a CV per annum, और जितनी मर्जी बार रन करो, जितनी मर्जी जेडीज करो, एक्सेट्रा। तो अबाउट 30 सीटर था वो, शायद वो वैनिश हो गया, पुरानी उनसे Naukri.com के आगे बेचना आसान नहीं है।
Naukri.com सर मेरे को तो थोड़ा फेक लगता है।
हाँ
I
है,
kind
बट वो कंपल्शन हो गया ना, नेसेसरी इविल है,
yeah, because lot
लार्जेस्ट
of
कस्टडी हो गया उसका सीवीज का, तो you can't
yeah,
live
that
without-
is true. They have the largest collection of data set. That is true.
हाँ, so उसके बिना तो मॉन्स्टर भी था इंडिया में, और 2 और भी थे, शाइन वाइन चले नहीं, तो एनीवे टाइम्स जॉब भी, उनका डेटा भी इसी बहुत स्मॉल है, जब तक वो मैचअप करेंगे। वो तो Naukri.com हर साल few 100,000 का इन्फ्लेटेड बोल देता था कि इतने बढ़ गए मेरे।
Yeah, that is true. But I found some frauds there.
और
वहाँ
है
पे
वो
fraud,
बहुत सारे,
हाँ वो फ्रॉड मिले
क्योंकि
हैं कुछ
मैंने एग्जीक्यूटिव सर्च बहुत देखा है, तो सीनियर लेवल के लोग तो उसमें नहीं रखते अपना सीवी,
या
ये कमोडिटाइज हो जाता है सीवी, और प्रिवेसी नहीं रहता। एनीवे वो जो आपने बोला रिलेटेड, तो मेरा एक तो बहुत बेसिक फंडामेंटल क्वेश्चन है कि जैसे एल्गोरिथम्स होते हैं किसी भी प्रोग्राम में, तो एआई का जो प्रोग्राम है, क्या वो एल्गोरिथमिक ही होता है, कुछ उसमें कुछ
सर
अलग होता है?
लीनियर रिग्रेशन यूज होता है, मैक्सिमम लीनियर रिग्रेशन यूज होता है।
थोड़ा
इट इज एल्गोरिथम बेस्ड सर, एल्गोरिथम ही होती है। एंड उसके लिए मेरे को उसकी एल्गोरिथम खोलनी पड़ेगी, अभी मैं दिखा दूंगा आपको। मैं आई जस्ट कनेक्ट विद यू।
एल्गोरिथम ही होता है इन वे,
हां डेफिनेटली इट इज एल्गोरिथम।
जो भी उस डोमेन का विजडम है वो कोडिफाइड होना चाहिए।
एग्जैक्टली सर, वो सारा मैथमेटिकल है, टोटल मैथमेटिकल मॉडल होता है।
तो फिर वो फर्दर लर्निंग जो कहते हैं सो कॉल्ड, या इवन क्या कि सिस्टम लर्न करेगा खुद ही,
या गुड,
वो कैसे होता है?
हाँ सर अच्छी, मैंने वैसे एक्चुअली अभी दिखाया था और एक एग्जांपल दिया था सर। फर्स्ट लेयर होता है हमारे पास, एक लेयर होता है, उसपे एक एल्गोरिथम काम कर रही होती है, एंड एक एक्टिवेशन फंक्शन उस पर काम करता है। हम नॉर्मली रेलू यूज करते हैं एक्टिवेशन फंक्शन जब हम डीप लर्निंग की बात करते हैं, राइट। एक्टिवेशन फंक्शन इज मैथमेटिकल फंक्शन विच गिव्स मी बाइनरी 0-1 यस और नो वाला। ये गेट की तरह काम करता है। सो मतलब कि एक टैप की तरह काम करता है, हाँ या ना, हाँ या ना, डेटा निकला फिल्टर करके, राइट। Now, what happens when my algorithm, the data passes through my algorithm, it filters out something through the activation function. वो कुछ रखेगा और कुछ पास ऑन करेगा दूसरा लेयर को। लाइक न्यूरॉन से न्यूरॉन पास ऑन होता है ना सर, जैसे मेन ब्रेन में काम करता है लेयर बाय लेयर, वैसे ही पास करता है डेटा। इट पासेस टू द सेकेंड लेयर पे सेम फंक्शन हैपेंस, एंड अब मेरे पास हाथ में है कि मैं उसको मैनेज किस तरीके से करूंगा लेयर को। Layer I can manage, but inside the coding I'm not able to manage it. हम लोग जब शुरू किया था तो हम लोग लिखते थे, लाइक न्यूरल नेटवर्क के लिए हम पूरा कोड लिखते थे, राइट। बट अभी क्या है, ऑलरेडी टूल्स बने हुए हैं उसके, मतलब मॉड्यूल बना हुआ है, आई जस्ट हैव टू कॉल इट। लेकिन अभी क्या होता है, जैसे मेरे को लगता है कि मेरा जो ट्रेनिंग सही नहीं हो रही, तो व्हाट आई डू इज आई चेंज द एक्टिवेशन फंक्शन, उसमें मैं मैथमेटिकल मॉडल चेंज कर देता हूँ, राइट। नाउ जब मैं उसको चेंज करता हूँ तो मेरे को बेटर रिजल्ट्स मिल जाते हैं, राइट। सो
एक मिनट, मुझे थोड़ा उतना टेक्निकल नहीं है, कुछ समझ आ रहा है सर। जैसे कोई एग्जांपल लेता हूँ मैं, मान लो लैंग्वेज की लर्निंग है ह्यूमंस में, तो मान लो हमें शुरू में पता लग गया सेंटेंस ऐसे बनता है, ग्रामर ये होता है, नाउन प्रोनाउन ये होते हैं, वगैरह वगैरह। और मान लो ये सब करके मुझे, जैसे उस दिन हम बात कर रहे थे, 3000 वर्ड्स पता लग गए। अच्छा, अब नेक्स्ट टाइम जब भी कोई नया वर्ड आता है, सो ह्यूमन बीइंग सोचता है ये वर्ड किस तरीके का है, ये किसका सिनोनिम है, किसका इंटोनिम है, इसके स्पेलिंग क्या है, इसका प्रोनाउंसिएशन क्या है, तो कहाँ अप्लाई कर सकते हैं। और ये सब क्वेश्चन सारे ना भी आंसर्ड हो, कुछ आंसर होते हैं और उसकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग या लर्निंग में आ गए,
राइट।
एंड ग्रेजुअली इवॉल्व होता जाएगा विद एवरी क्वेश्चन एंड एवरी answer being found or sub answer being found to that properties of that word, let's say.
सर मैं आपको
होते होते
बताता हूँ,
वो 3000 वर्ड से let's say वो 6000 वर्ड पे आ जाएगा,
ठीक है।
करेक्ट? सो इस तरीके से थोड़ा इसमें बताएं कि मान लो हमने कुछ
हाँ।
बेसिक फीड दे दिया इसको और एक लाइब्रेरी दे दिया हमने, मान लो 3000 वर्ड्स का, तो अब ये जो भी नेक्स्ट वर्ड आएगा ये उसको कैसे क्वेरी करता है, क्या करता है?
हाँ सर मैं बताता हूँ,
प्रोवाइड करता है।
मैं क्या एक एग्जांपल लेता हूँ आपको सेंटिमेंट एनालिसिस का। सेंटिमेंट्स निकालने हैं वर्ड के अंदर से कि इसका क्या सेंटिमेंट हो सकता है, इमोशन एंड सेंटिमेंट्स, नॉट इमोशन, सेंटिमेंट्स, राइट? नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस,
ये इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, जैसे वो राहुल गांधी के क्या फेवर है, सोशल रिसर्च में काफी यूज होता है।
हाँ वो मैं यूज करता हूँ सर, वो ट्विटर डेटा पे,
हाँ,
ट्विटर डेटा पे करके एंड
वी
फाइंड आउट।
राइट राइट। हाँ
सो
बताइए।
होता क्या है सर, उस समय हमारे पास डिक्शनरीज है, डेटा डिक्शनरीज है, एंड डिक्शनरी इज नॉट व्हाट वी वोकैबुलरी डिक्शनरी जो हमारी होती है, हमारा होता है जैसे नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव वर्ड्स, नेगेटिव वर्ड्स, वर्ब्स वगैरह इस तरीके से, नाउन वगैरह, ये सबकी डिक्शनरीज है, राइट? उन डिक्शनरीज के बेसिस पे हमने एक मॉडल को ट्रेन करा हुआ है कि ये डिक्शनरीज है, ये वर्ड्स हैं, तो ये इसका अगर ये मैक्सिमम मैच करता है तो ये इसका जो होगा आपका सेंटिमेंट ये होगा। दैट इज अ प्री ट्रेन्ड मॉडल। अगर आपको खुद करना है तो व्हाट आई वुड बी डूइंग, दैट व्हाट आई यूज्ड टू डू, पहले मैं साइड डिक्शनरीज को लेता था, तो सबसे पहले मेरे का यहाँ पे नेचुरल लैंग्वेज प्रोसेसिंग की जरूरत है। दैट इज, मेरे को पहले तो ये आइडेंटिफाई करना है कि वो लैंग्वेज कौन सी है, हिंदी है, इंग्लिश है, कौन सी है। वंस आई फाइंड दैट लैंग्वेज, मेरे को पता है चलो मेरी इंग्लिश है, तो मेरे पास इंग्लिश की जितनी भी वोकैबुलरी है डिक्शनरी की, वो मैंने एक जगह कंपाइल कर ली। उसके बाद मैं क्या करूंगा, उसमें से जो भी नॉइज है, जो भी डेटा मेरे रिक्वायर्ड नहीं है, उसको मैं निकाल दूंगा कोड के थ्रू, यूजिंग द कोड ओनली। इट इज वेरी इजी, आराम से निकल जाता है उसमें से। जैसे मेरे को वर्ब भी निकालना है, क्योंकि मेरे पास डिक्शनरी है, तो मैं डिक्शनरी से भी फिल्टर करूंगा तब भी निकल जाएगा, वही रहेगा। जैसे मैंने एक लॉ के लिए किया था, तो मैंने लॉ की डिक्शनरी बनाई थी और उसमें से मैंने केवल वर्ड जो रिलेटेड टू लॉ थे वो निकाले थे, बाकी सब हटा दिए थे। वी हैव मेडिकल डिक्शनरीज आल्सो, तो डिक्शनरीज अवेलेबल है हमारे पास। अब उसके थ्रू हम फिल्टर करके जब हमारा डेटा निकला, तो हमारे पास केवल रिलेटेड रेलेवेंट डेटा है, राइट? नाउ अभी क्या हुआ, ये तो अभी मैं ट्रेनिंग और टेस्टिंग वाली बात कर रहा हूँ, वैलिडेशन नहीं बता रहा, ठीक है? 3 चीज होती है, ट्रेनिंग, टेस्टिंग एंड वैलिडेशन, ठीक है? ट्रेनिंग एंड टेस्टिंग में हम तैयार करते हैं, वैलिडेशन में हम चेक करते हैं जो नया वर्ड आया उससे। नाउ अभी जब ये ट्रेन टेस्ट करके एक मॉडल उसने क्रिएट करा कि ओके अगर ये फीचर्स इससे मैच करते हैं, वी कॉल इट फीचर्स, राइट? अगर ये फीचर्स इससे मैच करते हैं, ये जो है पर्टिकुलर ये सेंटिमेंट होगा, उसके लिए इट हैज टू पास थ्रू डिफरेंट लेयर्स, फर्स्ट लेयर, सेकंड लेयर, थर्ड लेयर और मे बी फोर्थ लेयर, और कभी कभी लेयर ज्यादा हो सकती है, बट मोर और लेस उसमें लॉसेस ज्यादा ही होता है। ज्यादा लेयर होना दैट मींस ज्यादा फालतू का इंफॉर्मेशन ब्रेन में डालना, एंड यू गेट अ गार्बेज
गीगो हो जाएगा।
हाँ वो गीग हो जाएगा सर। तो इस वजह से हम उसको लिमिटेड लेयर्स पे रखते हैं, लेकिन उसको इतना एफिशिएंट उसमें एल्गोरिथम्स डालते हैं कि वो फिल्टर आउट कर सके मुझे प्रॉपर डेटा सेट्स को। एंड उसके लिए क्योंकि ऑलरेडी टेस्टेड है, ट्रेन टेस्टेड बहुत टाइम से हो चुका है, तो हमें पता है कि क्या हो गया है ना। अब मेरा मॉडल तैयार है, ठीक है? नाउ न्यू वर्ड कम्स, ठीक है? अभी क्योंकि हम डिक्शनरी यूज कर रहे हैं, वी आर नॉट यूजिंग द ब्रेन, तो डिक्शनरी में तो नॉर्मली वर्ड नया ही है, उसमें ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट करता है, होगा। लेकिन सपोज कोई नया वर्ड आ गया जो कि आता है, आप तो बुक्स बहुत ज्यादा पढ़ते हो सर, आपको पता ही होगा कि कैम्ब्रिज वाले और ऑक्सफोर्ड वाले नए नए वर्ड्स जनरेट करते रहते हैं हर महीने,
करेक्ट?
देखिए एडिंग लाइक 10 मिलियन वर्ड्स तो हमारे हो चुके हैं, शायद मिलियन है, 10 मिलियन है,
मिलियन होगा।
हाँ मिलियन है, हाँ 10 लाख वर्ड्स है, ठीक है? मिलियन वर्ड्स तो ऑलरेडी है हमारे पास इंग्लिश में, और हिंदी में तो सर लिमिट ही नहीं है, देयर सो मेनी, राइट? सो वो क्या होता है, जब नया आएगा तो वो क्या करेगा, नियरेस्ट को फाइंड कर सकता है, बस वो स्टेमिंग करेगा। वो क्या करेगा, हिंदी में वो है हमारा संधि विच्छेद होता, ब्रेक करेगा, उस हिसाब से वो करके और उसको नियरेस्ट पॉसिबल वर्ड के मीनिंग में वो लेके जा सकता है। दैट इज ओनली पॉसिबल। ये नहीं कहेगा कि नहीं हुआ मैच, कुछ नहीं बोलेगा, ऐसा नहीं करेगा, वो करेगा जरूर, क्योंकि एआई यूज किया है, एल्गोरिथम यूज किया हुआ है, तो वो उसको ब्रेक करके नियरेस्ट पॉसिबल मीनिंग से मैच करेगा, एंड फिर बताएगा कि इसका मीनिंग ये हो सकता है या इसका ये सेंटिमेंट हो सकता है। So it is quite possible when we are using AI with new words also. हम लोग करते हैं, जैसे सपोज मेरे पास एक था जो सर ब्लास्ट होता है ना, जब बम ब्लास्ट होता है, तो उसमें जो है ना कुछ नहीं बचा। सपोज स्कल है किसी की, वो भी स्कल भी जल गई, उसमें से इंसान डिटेक्ट करना है कि ये कौन है। ये एक मेरे पीएचडी के स्टूडेंट का था, वो हमने किया था। तो उसके अंदर हमने क्या किया, उसका हमारे पास डेटा सेट ऑलरेडी होना चाहिए, और तो हमारे पास अगर वो डेटा सेट है तो फिर हम उसके साथ, अब वो तो नया स्कल है, क्योंकि हमारा तो हो ही नहीं सकता, वो तो हो ही नहीं सकता कि भाई जो जिसको जानता है उसी का ब्लास्ट हो गया, दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल, राइट। तो नया स्कल है तो वो उससे नियरेस्ट मैच करता है, फीचर्स को मैच करके फिर ये बताता है कि दिस पर्सन रिजेंबल्स दिस वन, और वो जरूर बता सकता है मेल है,
फंडामेंटली कुछ रेफरेंस डिक्शनरी या लाइब्रेरी जिनके साथ कंपैरिजंस हो रहे हैं, है ना?
एग्जैक्टली चाहिए ही चाहिए सर, उसके बगैर
तो जैसे चेस का इंजन बनता है खेलने का, वो भी बन जाता है इसमें एआई में उसी तरीके से।
बिल्कुल बन जाता है सर, आराम से बन जाता है।
चलेगा, यहाँ पे ये करना है, वहाँ पे करना है।
बिल्कुल सर, एआई का बिल्कुल आराम से बनता है सर।
50 गेम्स डाल दो उसमें पुरानी,
उसमें मूव्स होते हैं सर, लाइक चेस में थ्री मूव चेकमेट होती है, 6 होती है, 12 होती है, 16 होती है।
करेक्ट, एंड गेम्स वगैरह, मिड गेम
10 में भी होती है, 8 में भी होती है। बहुत टाइम हो गया मैंने 3 में भी किया था एक बार चेकमेट, मैंने फोर्स किया सामने वाले को कि ये कर।
एक बार इंटरनेशनली बॉबी फिशर खेल रहा था किसी ग्रैंड मास्टर से, तो उसने कहा था कि पता नहीं 14th मूव में यू विल लूज, 14th 16th ऐसे कुछ, 17th मूव बोला था, और दूसरा भी ग्रैंड मास्टर था, बट वो इतना साइक आउट हो गया, क्या हुआ, वो एक्चुअली हार गया उस मूव में।
सर उसमें एक्चुअली क्या होता है, ओपनिंग के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है उसका मूव, उनके सारे मूव्स रटे हुए हैं। अगर उसने ओपनिंग गलत करी है तो उसे मालूम है कि अब ये यही करेगा। दे आर सो प्रेडिक्टेबल ना, कि उन्हें मालूम है कि अब ये मैं ये चलूंगा तो इसको यही चलना पड़ेगा, उसका ऑप्शन ही नहीं बचेगा। दैट इज द क्वालिटी ऑफ चेस प्लेयर्स।
ठीक है। सो दूसरा, इसमें जब आप सिखाएंगे ये कितने घंटे का क्लास होगा, ये कब होगा
सर? November 14 से स्टार्ट करेंगे, एंड द क्लास इज फॉर 1 hour, बट कैन बी एक्सटेंडेड।
व्हाट टाइम?
टाइम सर म्यूचुअल कंसेंट पे भी डिसाइड कर लेंगे। इवनिंग टाइम ही होगा सर, अराउंड दिस टाइम ओनली।
5 days 6 days?
5 days सर, 5 days,
मंडे टू फ्राइडे। ओके,
मंडे टू फ्राइडे।
और इसमें कोडिंग कौन सी लैंग्वेज में करेंगे हम?
पाइथन में करेंगे सर, सबसे आसान है, किसी को नहीं आते उसके लिए सबसे आसान है, पाइथन आराम से सीख सकता है।
इसके बहाने पाइथन भी आ जाएगी,
आराम से आएगी सर, आप तो सर मास्टर हो when you could learn Lisp at that time,
सीखने मेरा नीचे ही होता है हमेशा।
yes sir, definitely you can learn।
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू।
Right sir, thank you so much, and we had a nice time with you and everyone, and hope to see you guys in the certification course। Okay,
वो मैंने आपका डिजाइनर माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ट्राई किया था कल।
हाँ सर, भेजा नहीं आपने कुछ?
मैं भेज देता हूँ, एक फ्रेंड है रोहित है, उनकी है जो मेंटरिंग करती है, कोचिंग करती है।
अच्छा
बारे में एक पैराग्राफ डाला था, तो उसने कुछ लोगो शो को बता दिए थे।
ओह ग्रेट।
2-4 वेरिएशंस किए तो उसने और नए तरीके के लोगो बता दिए। तो बट बहुत बहुत मतलब प्रोफेशनल नहीं था, बेसिक स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट मिल गया एक।
बेसिक मिल जाता है, बेसिक मिल जाता है, फिर तो सब मैनिपुलेट कर ही सकते हैं ना, कुछ तो मिल गया। इफ यू हैव समथिंग देन यू कैन एडिट लेटर। बट इससे एडवांस के लिए सर एडोब के अंदर है, वो काफी एडवांस है। दैट इज ये जो मॉडल है ना एडोब के अंदर, दैट इज वेरी वेरी एडवांस थिंग। आप उसमें स्टोरी टाइप का डाल दोगे तो वो क्रिएट करता रहता है, आपको क्रिएट करके दे देगा। दैट इज एडवांस थिंग। प्रोफेशनली अगर किसी को करना है तो एडोब को यूज करे एआई, एंड दैट इज गुड।
तो ये एआई सभी इनमें आ चुका है, मतलब प्रोफेशनल एडोबी वगैरह सब में?
सर सब में है सर, किस में नहीं है बताओ? डिफेंस में है, कोई ऐसी फील्ड नहीं है, अकाउंट्स में, फाइनेंस में है सर, आप नाम लो, एवरीवेयर इट इज देयर, एआई इज एवरीवेयर।
ग्रेट।
यस सर।
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू
सर। गुड नाइट सर, मिलते हैं फिर।
गुड नाइट एवरीवन।
गुड नाइट एवरीवन, बाय, सी यू।
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you।
Thank you, sir.